Hi, it's the 18th of January. We are pushing into the last half of the month here, and just, I guess, a quick update on phase 3 of outline planning that I'm going through. It's all tracking really well. It's a really good process. It's making me feel really confident towards things that I had just sort of skimmed over, I guess, in the phase 2 action planning side of things. I think once I realized just how much about physical action in an almost screenplay type way phase 2 of the outline planning was, it gave me the sense of relief to think that I didn't have to answer every question and every motivation and all the relational links between the characters and everything as part of that process. It was more just about pushing pieces around on a board and noting what they were doing and some of the reasons why. But certainly in this third round of planning, for example, I just had a thought as I was doing the planning with something that came up in a scene with one of the characters, that it related to part of the reason why this particular character stops or considers stopping one of her absolute main motivations. So throughout the book, she's been motivated by a particular thing to achieve a particular goal, and then at the end, that changes somewhat, or does it, is part of the question. So I had the action, like I knew exactly what she did to show that she'd changed her mind, or was having different thoughts, but I hadn't really thought about, well, no, sorry, I also thought about why. Like I knew, I kind of knew the intention of why she changed her thoughts, but when I was going through this planning phase, I realized yesterday, I think I mentioned in the video, that I hadn't actually explained why she even chose to start this whole thing in the first place. There was no background about her motivation to do anything going forward, as to why she took on the adventure that she ends up going on. And I thought, well, I need to work that out. That's very important, and people need to know why the person's doing the thing that they're doing. And then I thought about the end, about why she changes her mind at the end of the book. I thought, well, that needs to relate to why she started. So the ending needs to relate to the beginning. The reason she started something will have some seeds as to why she finished, whether they're two sides of the same coin or they're the same side. Those are things that need to be answered, and it's lovely to have the opportunity in this phase of outlining to see those questions pop up. And I'm not answering them all as I go through. I'm really just making very explicit, I guess, comments to say this is something that needs to be thought about, because I want to get through this phase at the moment, this part of this phase 3 where I'm raising these questions for every act in every chapter, and I want to get through all 6 chapters with all these remarks made, all these questions raised, so then I can go back through slowly and answer them very precisely and with the sort of depth and meaning that they need. And I feel I'm better to do that after going through the 6 chapters, to raise all the questions, just in case I answer something with what I understand at the time. Say this chapter 2, I could answer everything, but then maybe there's something that is raised in chapter 4 that I think actually that really changes things here. So I just want to make sure that I've got all the questions, all the inconsistencies, all the things I didn't answer through the first round and the second round of planning highlighted, and then I'll be able to go through and answer all of the questions accordingly. So it's good. It feels very good, and it's a very, very necessary tying up phase, and yeah, it's doing what it needs to do. So thank you. I will be back tomorrow morning where I will have finished planning through chapter 3. I'll see you then.